Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I'm sitting down to do a challenge video, and I don't do these very often on my channel, and I'm actually quite late to the game on doing this one, but I saw this floating around in the conventional beauty space and I thought it was the perfect video to translate into a clean beauty video, and that is the One Dip Makeup Challenge. And the reason why I thought this would be perfect for clean beauty is there's this misconception that clean beauty products are not pigmented, they're not full coverage, etc., etc. And I feel like this challenge is really a good way to test the quality of makeup with regards to pigmentation, coverage, etc. So I have rounded up some of my favorite outstanding clean beauty products that I think will perform really, really well in this challenge. And we're gonna give them the test today. We're gonna put them through the ringer and see how they perform. If you like hearing about clean beauty, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also click the bell button so you're notified of when I post new videos. And also come follow me on Instagram. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirlkat. And let's go ahead and jump right in. To start off with, we of course need foundation. And when I was thinking about what foundation I want to use, there's one that jumped to mind immediately. And that is the Range Beauty Foundation. I have the shade, I have the shade Paloma, which is the lightest shade. And there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to use this foundation. First off, the pumps of it are very generous. In fact, I've actually kind of griped about that in the past. So when I do one pump of this foundation, I'm going to get a lot of product out. And also it is a quite high coverage foundation. And also I really like it. It has a really large, really inclusive shade range. Also, it is now available at Target, which is even more awesome. I think only online, unfortunately, but at least you can purchase it from Target.com. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see what one pump of this foundation gets us. Let's scrape that all off. All right, so that's a pretty generous pump, and this is going to go pretty far across my face. Actually, this one pump may be more than I need. It normally is, so let's see. Okay, so that definitely covered my whole face. I was able to build up coverage in some spots where I have acne, and I actually have leftover foundation on my hands. So my suspicion that this was a very full coverage and also one pump was more than I actually need was completely true. So I'm actually just wiping this off my hand. But yeah, definitely not lacking anything with that foundation. So now for concealer, I'm going to be using my Saint Cosmetics concealer. I realized that I have a little bit of an interesting problem, which is that I am going to have problems setting things. Even though I can use whatever's on the doe foot applicator, I actually want to be pretty sparing with the amount of concealer I'm using, just because I'm not going to be able to set it. Luckily, also, this foundation is a bit more on the matte side, so I think it'll be okay with minimal setting. But this concealer is going to be a little interesting. This one is a bit self-setting itself. Also, I should mention, I have the shade Alabaster in this concealer. So I think, let's see, we're going to pull it out here. I do have quite a bit on the doe foot. I'm just going to mostly just focus it like right on the innermost part of my under eyes where it's like the darkest purple and I have the most dark circles. Okay, I think we'll do that. Hold it up here so you guys can see and have to go back for more. I'm gonna just add a little bit more right here. Still not dipping in again. All right, there we go. That's concealer. That's crazy, but that's all we're gonna use. And that's one reason I wanted to use a little bit more of a full coverage foundation, is because knew I had a few like healing acne spots. I'm not going to be able to go ahead and conceal those as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. Like I said, we're only going to be able to use one like dip of the brush into the powder. I am going to be using my 14E setting powder, which is my all-time favorite setting powder. It is a loose setting powder, so I'm just going to knock some of it into the cap. Probably going to do a bit more of a generous dip of the brush than I typically do, but we're just going to get this, swirl it around in here. You can see some of the powder flying up. All right, and then this is what we're going to use to set my under eyes. I'm going to dab this out a little bit first. Make sure I don't have any creases. This powder is really good, so I imagine a little bit of it will go quite a long way, but we'll see how that works. For this challenge, I'm actually going to use powder products instead of cream for like blush and highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and actually try and set my cheeks a little bit. That way this will be a bit more friendly. So I'm going to take my brush, swirl it in my Clove and Hallow setting powder. We got a nice swirl going in there. Then we're going to use what's on here to try and set my cheeks a bit. I'll probably just run this over the rest of my face too, and the small hope that this will actually do something, but being completely honest, most of what I'm trying to set is going to be my cheek area. Like I said, the range foundation being a little bit more matte, hopefully, oops, a little hair stuck to my face, hopefully it will be working in my favor. All right, I think I'm actually going to use the Aether Beauty. This is their Crystal Charged Cheek Palette in Rose Quartz. I really think it's a beautiful palette for blushes and highlighters, and it's also quite pigmented. I'm going to be taking, I think I'll take this middle shade right here and apply that to my cheeks. Need to get a good brush. I'm going to get my trusty, this is the EcoTools bronze brush. I love it for powdered products. And I'm going to go ahead, this is terrifying, and dip my brush into this middle shade here, get a nice swirl going. Look at how much product we got off. It's a nice pigmented blush, and now I had to try and get this blended out and not end up looking like a clown. So I'm gonna add a little bit over here, a little bit over here, kind of go back and forth, try and even this out. My gosh, I'm actually getting too much product. I swirled too aggressively. I may have to use my foundation, my powder foundation brush and try and blend this out a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? We're getting there. We're getting there. But look at that. Like, this is one dip. I didn't need to go in twice. I think I'll just go ahead and use the highlighter in this palette as well. So one swipe. There we go. And then gonna tap this on. Yeah, I got a pretty blinding highlight going there. And I should also mention that one of the reasons I picked this palette is because the products are really good. The blush is really pigmented, but obviously the highlighter is a beautiful, beautiful highlighter as well. And a little bit of it does go quite a long way. Now we've got brows. I'm going to use my favorite brow gel, which is the Pacifica High Stuff Hemp Fiber Brow. But this is going to be a bit tricky because I normally do have to dip in twice. So we're gonna see what I get. I may have to be a little bit more sparing with my brows today, but there we go. We're in, we're out. Now let's apply it to the brows. So I'm gonna just kind of go back and forth. That's what I've been doing this whole time, is trying to make everything actually symmetrical. So a little bit in the front, both brows. Start combing back this way. Trying to like flip the spoolie around too, so I'm accessing different parts of the spoolie because it's a 360 applicator. Okay, you know what? This is actually looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good. My hair keeps getting in my way today. Okay. I like it. It's good. that worked. Crossed my mind for eyeshadow to just use a liquid eyeshadow, but I was like, that's not really that much fun. So what I decided to do was pull out my Lovinah Eye Magic palette, and I love these shades. They're super pigmented, and you know, this would be the perfect eyeshadow palette to have some fun with. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, I realized I don't think I've ever used this green shade, and I'm wearing a green shirt today. I feel like that's gonna be the time to use this green shade here. So we're gonna use this palette. First though, I am going to go in with my Aaron's Faces eye primer. This is the eye primer I always use. I'm not entirely sure how to count this with this challenge because it's like one dip. We'll just do one squeeze and that'll be good, but obviously it's kind of tricky with these kind of products because you can squeeze as much as you want technically, but we'll just do like one, let's see. I'll show you here, just like one squeeze. Mine's getting a little dried out, which is why I have to squeeze kind of hard there. Okay, one squeeze. Wow, my camera's not focusing. Hello? Only wants to focus on me. There we go. There's one squeeze of the eye primer. I really actually need to pick up a new one. Mine's just getting dry because I've had it for a while. We'll go ahead and apply this onto the lid. If you guys are in the market for an eyeshadow primer, I talk about this all the time, but this is the best eyeshadow primer I've ever used. Conventional, clean, whatever. This eyeshadow primer outperforms them all. It is the eye primer to rule them all. All right, we have got the eyes primed. Now we're gonna move on to this palette. And let's see, how do I wanna do this? I think I wanna do my crease first. So I'm gonna take this light brown shade right here. What is the name of it? Let me see. I believe it is the shade Bewitched from looking at the shade sheet here. I think it's Bewitched. And I'm gonna do one dip into it and then onto the crease. Let's see. Okay, so trying to do this so we can both see what we're doing here. Okay, there it is. Swirl it around. Oops. Okay, well I guess that was my one dip. Bad hand-eye coordination there. We're just gonna keep going kind of back and forth and try and build up the shade in both of my creases simultaneously. Let's take this shade right here, the green shade, which I believe is Mystical. And we're gonna apply this, there we go. We're gonna apply this on the kind of inner half of my eye. I wanna do a 3 shadow look just so it's a little bit more complete. We'll take this on the inner third or inner half of both eyes. So I always apply these like metallic shades with my finger. Wow, I have no hand-eye coordination here. Okay. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna do it this way so I can actually see what I'm doing. And swirl my finger in here. So there we go. Look at that shade. It is beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and alternate applying this on both lids here. Yeah, I think I would have had a problem trying to get this one shade to apply across both entire lids, but doing like half the lid. So basically I could do one dip for one entire lid, but doing half of both lids is working pretty well. Actually, I still have some on my finger, but some almost gets kind of left behind in your finger and doesn't transfer that well onto the actual lid. Okay, I'm trying to pick what shade I want to do for my outer corner. I normally don't like how gray looks on me, but I'm thinking this deep gray might be really pretty. So I think I might dip into that. All right, so here we go again. Also I should tell you the name of that shade is Nature. Okay, so I'm gonna dip into Nature, do one good swirl here. Got a lot of color off, should be good to go. Wow, okay, not focusing again. We got a lot of color off, we should be good to go. So let's just tap a bit of this on this lid, and then this lid, and just kind of go back and forth. little bit left behind on my finger. I'm gonna wipe this off again. And I'm actually gonna take the same blending brush that I was using to blend the matte brown shade into my crease. I'm not going to add any, I'm not gonna do another dip. I'm just gonna take the brush as it is and just use it to blend a little bit. Because as you can see when I was applying, especially the dark gray, I got a little bit up in my crease and it's a little messy. So we're just gonna take this brush and blend this out a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's looking a lot better. Just blending what we have out. And that is totally within the rules. We're getting near the end and I'm honestly completely 100% happy with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and then we will apply some mascara. I'm going to be using the Conrad Beauty Mascara because this is the one I've got open. We're gonna do obviously one dip, so I'm gonna get a nice swirl of it going, pull it out. There we go, that's all we got. So I'm gonna once again alternate back and forth between both eyes. I actually have a little clump on the end that's about to fall off. It's giving me some anxiety, but other than that, this is going quite well. And by the end, I mean the end of the wand. You know how there's always like a clump on the end? Yeah, I've got one of those today. All right, it's a little hard to see because my eyeshadow look is so dark, but I do have nice black lengthened volumized lashes. Okay, so I was thinking I'll do a liquid lip today because then we can do like one dip of it. I don't know, I'm just trying to make this the most intuitive possible. So I think I'm going to use one of the Honest Beauty liquid lipsticks. I have this one in the shade Forever. So we'll just do one dip of this, apply it to lips. Hopefully we can get my lips fully covered. I'm honestly the most nervous about this one. We'll see. Oh, actually, you know, this is gonna be fine. You can see I got a whole bunch of lipstick off on the end of the stupid applicator. You can see it's even come off with a little point. I'll be fine. So let me go ahead and apply this and then we will wrap up. Yeah, that actually covered really well. It's not at all patchy. And honestly, I really like how this look turned out. I think it was really great. I have no complaints. I mean, I definitely went into this strategically and thought about like what products have a lot of pigmentation or really high coverage, like what products do I think would work well for this. But if you had any questions about clean beauty not being super high performing and not being pigmented and full coverage, all of that, I think this look would definitely prove to you that that is not the case and clean beauty is really amazing. I have had my channel for a couple of years now and I definitely have seen clean beauty growing and evolving with brands like Range Beauty, Aether Beauty, Lovinah, Honest Beauty. Like they really have created amazing products that really they don't leave me missing conventional beauty at all, and I'm so happy that that is the case. If you like this video, if you like seeing challenge videos, I think this may be my first, but if you like seeing videos like this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and of course subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. And once again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!